Hey, good morning, guys. It is March 6th, and the passage for today is from 2 Corinthians 6. I wanted to read actually a kind of an extended passage. I don't think he's going to deal with this one again. Um, this is NIV, but I wanted to read a longer excerpt from this one, and this is starting with chapter 6, verse 4 in 2 Corinthians, and he's having a really frank discussion with the Corinthian church, and he admonishes them, and almost he kind of he's reprimanding them a little bit, and so he says this, Paul, to the Corinthian church: rather, as servants of God, we commend ourselves in every way. And he's talking about the servants, the people that have served the Corinthian church, he and others that have served the Corinthian church, um, in great endurance, in troubles, hardships, and distresses, in beatings, imprisonments, and riots, in hard work, sleepless nights, and hunger, in purity, understanding, patience, and kindness, in the Holy Spirit, and in sincere love, in truthful speech, and in the power of God, with weapons of righteousness in the right hand and in the left, through glory and dishonor, bad report and good report, genuine yet regarded as impostors, known yet regarded as unknown, dying and yet we live on, beaten and yet not killed, sorrowful yet always rejoicing, poor yet making many rich, having nothing and yet possessing everything. And Paul's really dealing with that conflict between the temporal and the eternal. Um, and I think that's what Chambers is also dealing with here, the conflict between temporal and eternal, and it's daily for us. This daily struggle between doing the menial tasks of life while trying to stay connected to the eternal glory. And the way Chambers puts it in the study here is he talks about the doing the next step in your duty when there's no vision from God, no enthusiasm, and this is one thing that stood out to me: no spectator. What we do, there's a phrase, there's a common phrase, and I don't know to whom to attribute it. It is character is the man you are when no one is looking. And so, what Chambers is getting at here too is that when there's no spectator, doing the things that we know we ought to, is, and what he says, it takes more conscious drawing upon God than it does to preach than preaching the gospel. And then again, down a little further down in the study, that they talk about the trivial tasks, of life, the things that pass our time, but most of these things are just unseen, unnoticed, and unappreciated. And even a lot of these things shouldn't be appreciated because they're just simple things. And I think one thing I would say to you, just on a kind of a personal level, is all the menial tasks, what they do is they provide opportunity for the other stuff. And so, doing those, getting them out of the way, but not just getting them out of the way. There is something to be said for doing everything as unto the Lord. With everything that we put our hands to, put our minds to, put our bodies to, do it as unto the Lord, and that it really does bear different fruit than if we're just doing drudgery. And he talks about that a little bit later. But Chambers says the thing that tells in the long run for God and for men is the steady, persevering work in the unseen. Again, the unseen, the unnoticed, the unappreciated. And so my encouragement to you today, oh, and here he says, ask God to keep the eyes of your spirit open to the risen Christ. Again, doing everything as unto the Lord, and it will be impossible for drudgery to damp you. I think what happens a lot of times is people are looking for the significant tasks. Um, you see it sometimes in people, this desire to be noticed, this desire to do the thing, not the thing that no one will see, but to do the thing that everyone will notice. And I think the Bible would, and I can't remember who specifically says that. It's probably Jesus that says, "You've already received your reward." When you get the praise of men, you've received your reward here on earth, and that's it. That's the end of your reward. It was temporal. And so, my encouragement to you is, um, do all the unseen things the same way you would do the seen things, and that is understanding that that it produces something good. All the unseen stuff, all the menial stuff, all the, as Paul says, even the beatings, even the imprisonments for him, but the stuff that no one else appreciated. Um, those are the things that kind of create character in us. It was a little bit of a tricky read today, and so hopefully that helped a little bit. But you guys have an awesome day. Thanks.